morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly football press conference. The Blue Raiders will head to Connecticut this Friday. The game will be broadcast nationally on CBS Sports Network. And so to talk about that game and the season to date, we'd like to get started with our head coach, Rick Stockstill.
Hey, appreciate everybody being here. Coming off an open date, and so we're looking forward to this week. And I think this is a perfect example of, understanding the importance of taking care of yourself. And if you look at Connecticut, everybody's going to say they got a bad record. They won their first game Saturday, and you look at that, it must be a bad team. They are not a bad team. They lost by 2 points to Wyoming, who's won 5 games this year. They lost to Vanderbilt by 2 points there at the buzzer, and Vanderbilt, had a chance to beat South Carolina this weekend. They've had a couple other close losses in there. So this is a team that you can't look at their record and assume anything. So we gotta prepare ourselves mentally and physically to play a game. Going on the road is hard, it's tough, and so going up there, we gotta be ready to play. And that's been our focus, the last week, a couple of days that we practiced, and then yesterday at practice, and then this week will be on us and us improving and trying to get better. So don't look at their record and assume anything, because it's deceiving. And we're playing a really good football team. So open it up to your questions.
Hey, Coach, Cecil Joyce here.
Hello, Cecil.
Coach, obviously you had a bye week to maybe get some guys that were banged up healthy, get some things straightened out. You got a big conference slate coming up. So, how do you approach this game as far as, what you need to do to get better, in certain areas and versus, just having to win the game?
You always try to improve each week. You want to get better individually and improve yourself, and then collectively as a team that we get better. And, that's our focus every week, every day, to try to do that. And this is the most important game, and I know it's coach talk, cliche talk, all that stuff, but we'll worry about conference play next week. And we got to find a way to go up there and scratch and claw and try to get a win this weekend or Friday night. And like I said, you can't look at this team as 1-7 and think that they're not very good, because this is a good team. They got good players. They've had some bad luck happen to them. Like I said, they've lost a couple close games, and so we got to be ready to play. But I don't have any doubt our players will. They'll be ready.
Morning, Coach. Sam down here.
Hi, Sammy.
You mentioned how UCONN, is a team whose record's a little bit deceiving. As you guys have gone through your scout this week, what are some areas that have stood out to you as areas they've improved on as the season's gone forward?
That Connecticut's improved on?
Yes, Coach.
One, they're not giving up, a lot of points. They play good defense. They lost a quarterback, or they made a quarterback change there about halfway through, and then he got hurt at Vanderbilt. I don't know if he'll be back or not. The last couple of weeks they've gone back to him, so they've been very consistent. They've protected the ball. They're going to be balanced. Watching the game on TV Saturday, their tempo is a lot faster than what it looks like on film. So they're going to get lined up fast. Their offensive line, they've had their starting left tackle has been out the last 2 weeks with some issues, but he'll be back this week. And but their offensive line is big and they're physical. They got the running back. Got a freshman running back that I think is really good. He's probably a 200-pounder in that range right there that runs with good speed and power. They got big receivers that can, go up and make contested catches. And like I said, defensively, they don't give up a bunch of big plays and not giving up a bunch of points. So and they're sound in the kicking game. So I think, they've played some tough teams. They got beat by Pitt early, and Pitt's, a top 15 team, so Fresno State beat them in the first game. And, so this is a good football team. And just, I keep telling our team, I keep telling everybody I talk to, don't look at their record and assume that this is not a good team.
Coach, one other thing about this week is it's going to be a short week for y'all again, your second time playing on a Friday night. Do you think you guys will be able to adjust better than y'all did the first time when y'all played Charlotte?
I thought we adjusted good against Charlotte. I thought we had a good plan. We were fresh when we got there. We just didn't play good. But I thought we handled the short week really good. Our players were ready. We just didn't play good enough to win. And so we got a good plan this week. Obviously, you got a little bit longer because you're coming off an open date. But we got a good plan this week. Take care of our players and make sure they're fresh and healthy as they can be when we get there on Friday night. So, but I thought we had a good plan for Charlotte. They just beat us, and we got a good plan this week.
Coach, this is Chip Walters. Could during the open week, where you always try to get healthier, or is like you mentioned, as healthy as you can be, do you feel like you're going to be in a better spot going to UConn this week than maybe you were at Liberty?
Probably not, Chip, just because we lost 3 or 4 guys at Liberty that won't play this week. So there's a chance that we get 1 or 2 guys back. It's still, if we do, I don't think they'll, be full speed. Could be emergency type guys. We got a chance to get 1 back. If everything continues to go well this week, but so we'll be fresh. You come out of 4 weeks of August, and then 6 straight games. So the open date gave our guys a chance to take a little bit of load off their bodies from a physical standpoint. And so I think we'll be fresh. I know we'll be fresh. How healthy we'll be, we'll wait and see. But we lost some guys there at Liberty that won't be able to play this week.
Mike has his hand up. So Mike, the floor is yours.
Oh, Coach, Mike Crispino with ESPN Radio up in Hartford. Chase Cunningham's run the ball quite a bit this year, 33 times. Had some success doing that. Obviously, the ratio touchdowns to interceptions is very good. But does he run more out of necessity, or is there a thing with the way you like him to handle the ball and rush with it as well?
Yeah, Mike. One, I got a lot of trust, a lot of faith in Chase as a quarterback. Part of his runs have been out of necessity, like you said, out of scrambles, buying some time. I would say most of his runs have come off predetermined quarterback runs. So it's a little bit of combination of both. Chase is a really good athlete, has deceptive speed, probably better feet, better quickness, better vision as a runner than he does as pure speed, breakaway speed, running away from somebody. But he's a very capable runner. And so there is, a plan in our offense for him to get a handful of predetermined runs, quarterback runs, and then, the scrambles, the buying time, and, making something happen on his own, takes place in the natural course of the game. So a little bit of combination of both. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Coach, one big storyline with UConn this year is obviously them operating with an interim head coach. I was just wondering, have you ever been on a staff where you had an interim for a long period of time like they have, and if you know anything about the challenges that might present?
No, Sam, I've never been on a staff played against it a bunch, teams that have done that. Uh, it's hard on the coaches, because they've got an obligation to the players, a commitment to the players, to give them their best effort every day. And I know those coaches at UConn are doing that. And at the same time, they're concerned of where they're going to be next year. And, they've got families. It impacts more than, just one person. And then, from a player standpoint, you signed under, that coaching staff, and now that's taken away from you. And, that's hard for them. It's hard for players. It's hard for everybody. It's never easy. And that's why I respect, and I don't know any of them, respect those players and coaches at Connecticut, how hard they play every game. And, they're in every game, they're competing and playing hard. They got a win last week, and, they feel good about themselves now because, that situation is never easy. And, you feel for everybody involved because it, like I said, it affects more than just one man.
Anything else for Coach Stott?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Have a great week.
All right, we'll now turn it over to our student athletes. We have safety Reed Blankenship and quarterback Chase Cunningham today, and we'll get started with Reed.
Hey, Reed, Cecil Joyce here.
Hey, Cecil.
Reed, talk about the UConn's offense and what you expect out of them. I noticed their quarterback is another guy who likes to run a little bit, can get in the end zone when they're in the red zone area.
Like Coach said, they're a tempo offense, and we faced a lot of tempo offenses this year, and we've been practicing that during the bye week. We've been put in different situations that Coach Schaefer came up with, and I believe that's what we're prepared for, and I'm glad we prepared for it, and I can't wait to play this Saturday or this Friday. My fault.
Morning, Reed. Sam down here.
Morning, Sam.
Yeah, I was just curious how you and maybe some of your teammates spent the open weekend when you guys don't have a game. I'm sure it's a little different for y'all than what you're used to.
Yeah, I think a lot of our guys just relaxed. I know personally, I'm only an hour and a half, 2 hour drive home. So I went home to see my family and, just got away from, everything, just relaxed, just, took care of my body. And, it's something that I needed. And I was ready to go when we got back Sunday, and my body feels refreshed. So I believe everybody else is on the same boat as me.
No, I was going to say, like, how quickly does your body feel refreshed after you sort of don't have a game where you're getting hit, 20 times every so often?
It recovers pretty quick. I didn't take any, big hits during the bye week. I kind of took it easy during practice here and there on my body, and that's what I needed. And it don't take too long, but like I said, I'm glad my body's back to normal and I'm ready to go.
Defensively, Reed.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Mike, you can go.
Hey, Reed. Mike Crispino, ESPN Radio in Hartford. UConn has a lot of young guys on defense, a lot of freshmen, starting, I think, 11 freshmen overall between the two units. To go back into your career as a freshman, can you recall what that was like? Because these guys are playing every down now, and it's a way different experience, I would think, than it is for you as a senior who's seen so much.
Right. It's a totally, completely different, feel. Just learning a new defense, from high school, I didn't really know a whole lot of plays on the defensive side. And, it took me pretty much the whole year to learn the scheme, to learn, how to play certain, coverages and even techniques. And, I know probably how they feel. It's a good experience, but it can be tough at times. You got a lot of people depending on you, but, it says a lot when you have a lot of freshmen that are mature enough to, learn the defense and play this early. I just congratulate them, but it seems like they can play pretty good on that side.
Reed, another short week for you guys, as you mentioned earlier with the game on Friday. Obviously, something you guys have done before, but what's really the key to getting your mind right and moving your mind sort of forward a day as a team?
The bye week helped a lot. It prepared us, but we practiced two or three times that week. It just, we just got to put in our minds quick that it's an early game. We're not fearful of that. We're ready to go. We grinded yesterday. And we're going to have practice all week, but we're ready to go. It doesn't matter when we play, but like I said, we're just ready to go.
And a little more big picture, the defense continues to have a really high rate of takeaways for you guys. I think you're one of the top 5 teams in the country and getting turnovers gained, but that hasn't always translated to stopping points for the defense. So looking ahead to the second half, what do you guys have to improve on to get less points on the board, basically, for the other offenses?
We just got to do a better job getting off the field, do better on first downs. That would determine the rest of the series, the drive, But like I said, do better on third down, get off the field, and get the ball to the offense so they can put more points on.
Anything else for Reed? Thanks, Reed.
Thank you.
We now have our quarterback, Chase Cunningham.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Chase, Cecil Joyce here.
Hey, Cecil.
Hey, Chase, Coach Stock talked about UConn's played good defense this year. What have you seen out of their defense, and what kind of problems can they present to you on Friday?
Yeah, they're not going to disguise a lot. What you see pre-snap's kind of what you're going to get. It's just a lot of man coverage here, a couple, snaps covered 3 here and there, and just, they're not going to disguise a lot, but they're really good at what they do schematically, and they got some young guys and old guys over there. So it speaks a testament to how good they are, and, they're ready to play.
Morning, Chase. Sam down here.
Morning, Sam.
Sort of same question I posed to Reed. How'd you spend your off weekend, away from the team where you didn't have to play a game?
Yeah, so I'm fortunate enough to kind of be close to home like Reed is. So I went back and saw my family, just kind of kicked back, chilled a little bit, healed up the body, just like I think a lot of guys on the team did. And, it was a good time off, but we're excited to be back and get ready back to work.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Chase, Mike Crispino, ESPN Radio in Hartford. UConn's defense hasn't blitzed much this season. They've been pretty much 4 men rushing. As you look, and sometimes 3, as you look at a defense that will sometimes play 8 men back there, what are the difficulties for a quarterback trying to sift through all that when you got more people out in the secondary trying to defend against the pass?
Yeah, so when you get that rush 3 and they drop 8 in coverage, you just got to find holes in the defense, and they're going to sit in those zones, and our guys just got to have to find the windows, and I'm going to have to, throw in some tight windows, and our guys will make plays when I get it to them.
And just a quick follow-up, as a quarterback, you've got a lot of receivers that are making multiple catches every week. Mm-hmm. Do you ever have a favorite receiver, or do you just spread it around? Because I know quarterbacks sometimes have that safety valve guy they can always think about. I can go to him.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't say I have a favorite guy, but, there's definitely guys that you depend on in, certain situations. And, that comes with throwing in the summer, all those early mornings that you go out there and just, it's just depending on those guys. And, like you said, I don't know if there's a favorite guy, but I can depend on a lot of guys out there.
And you can't pick a favorite out because the other guys will be upset, right?
Right.
Thanks.
Jason, another sort of, big picture question at the halfway point of the season. You've obviously had, a pretty wild first half. Started as the number 2 guy, but played in a lot of first games, and then were called upon in the starting role and have performed well. Did the bye week give you time to really reflect on that a little bit heading into the rest of the year?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm super thankful for the opportunity I was given. Just trying to make the most out of it. I got a great teammate around me with a great coaching staff. They've had my back ever since this way, and I'm gonna give them everything I got.
Anything else for Chase? All right, Chase, thank you. And thanks everyone for being here today. And remember, we'll be back next week as the Blue Raiders prepare for homecoming against Southern Miss. Thank you. Have a great day.